the Radio Troller Entertainment Podcast Channel.
This is Face the Music, a Concurrent ELO song-by-song podcast. Episode 009A, California Man.
Going to a party, meet me on after school. Well, we go to a place where the job is really cool. And if the band stops playing, there's a jukebox in the hall. Well, with your blue dress on and your folks all gone, you sure give the vibe a ball. Get that real guitar more shaking. I'm a California man. Dance right on till the bars are breaking. I'm a California man. Well, it grabs my mama so bad. And this a woman, she's a me coming back. So I don't care if your legs start aching. I'm a California man.
What's that song all about?
California Man was recorded on December the 19th, 1971 and released as a single on April 14th, 1972 in the UK. It was released on June 23rd, 1972 in America as the B-side to Do Ya. It was written by Roy Wood. The Jeff Lynne database says,
The California in the song is said to refer not only to the California state in America, but more so to an area in Derby, England, that is near Birmingham, where Jeff Lynne and Roy Wood were from. The song itself is a rocker with nods to both Jerry Lee Lewis, for Jeff Lynne, and Little Richard, for Roy Wood.
in the July 22nd, 1972 issue of New Musical Express, Jeff Lynne said,
So we had fun with the move, and we didn't expect California Man to be such a big hit. California Man is a pop song, but it's not a blatant thing like your pop groups do. It's something else. I can't explain what I mean. It's not like we'll go on stage and do our pop song. We've done a big thing on there. I don't think it would have been a hit without us going on top of the pops and going out in all rock gear, rocker haircuts. We were all dancing about like rockers, jiving and all that. I don't think it would have been a hit without that. I really don't. It would have died a death.
In July 1994, Roy Wood said in Record Collector,
I just felt it was time to rock and roll. Jeff's favorite artist at the time was Jerry Lee Lewis, and mine was Little Richard.
Keith Allman wrote in the May 1972 issue of New Musical Express,
The first love in Roy Wood's life is obviously his new 10-piece mini orchestra, the ELO. But meanwhile, The Move are apparently still alive and very much kicking with their new single California Man, which is another of his brilliant early rock distillations put through a space-age soundbox.
Bev Bevan said in a December 5th, 1977 interview on WNEW radio,
Even though the last single was made in England, California Man was a top 5 single, and yet we didn't want to record any more as The Move. Roy was having trouble writing songs that fit in for ELO, California Man, which was sort of a back to the 50s rock and roll song. And think Roy really got into this, and he really got affected by it. In fact, he left ELO to form a band called Wizard, which did just 50s, early 60s type rock and roll.
the song was covered by Cliff Richard in 1972, Cheap Trick in 1977, Jim Davidson in 1985, Nancy Sinatra in 2000, and Drake Bell in 2014.
And this young gentleman is dressed right for play in California, where we live out of doors so much of the time.
Hi, I'm Eric Winsenson,
And I'm Eric Paul Johnson,
and I'm an Arizona man.
and I'm an Illinois guy, even though I did live in Arizona for 40 years, but I'm still more of a New England, Massachusetts guy, because that's where I was born and lived my first 7 years.
We should have invited Florida Man to this.
I really don't want to invite Florida Man to anything. I have lots of problems with Florida Man.
His secret identity is a guy named Chad, which isn't really that secret.
Yeah, and he's always got it hanging out.
Yeah.
It was topical 25 years ago.
Anyway,
Yeah.
California Man is what we're doing today. The Moves, California Man.
Mm-hmm.
Their last single. Their last gasp. Before, well, except for the B-side.
Yeah.
Their last attempt to get on the radio someplace. Except for the B-side. Well, Only thing I can say is, on that end, for trying to get on the radio is, for all intents and purposes, I have no idea why, of all the Move songs. I mean, I know there were troubles with Flowers in the Rain. Yeah, it was kind of a niche thing. But California Man should have at least made them a one-hit wonder in the U.S.
Yeah.
Should have gotten on all the radio stations, should still be played every hour on the hour, like they do every song from the 1970s, it seems.
Yeah.
You're in WDGY's Fun Country.
Time for another block of Stairway to Heaven.
All American.
Don't you mean Zeppelin? Nope.
Nope. Just Stairway to Heaven.
We're just doing an hour of Stairway to Heaven. Are you throwing in the Dred Zeppelin version? Nope.
Nope.
Disco version?
No.
Nope. You got Led Zeppelin.
Yeah. Well, I stopped listening to the radio years ago.
But that didn't happen. I still think Electric Light Orchestra probably would have gone on the same way as it did.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think at this particular point, since Roy Wood left Electric Light Orchestra after the first album anyway,
Right.
probably still Move would have broken up, and this would have been a big, huge hit single after the band had already broken up. Probably would have sold the original Electric Light Orchestra album a little bit more until everybody realized nothing on it sounded like it.
Yeah.
And nothing else the Move did sounded like it. Which, isn't a bad thing. I mean, if you're going to go out, this is how you want to go out. You don't want to go out on My Marge. You want to go out on California Man.
Yeah.
With Do Ya on the backside,
Mhm.
which we'll talk about later. I absolutely love this song. I'm not sure if I ever heard it on classic rock radio, because I know I'd heard California Man, but I'm pretty sure they played the Cheap Trick version, which I like quite a bit as well. There's no horns in it, I don't think, on the Cheap Trick version. Don't know, it's been a while since I've heard it. But they're fans, they do a good version of it. And it's not a lazy version either. This is anything but lazy. It's got a bunch of horns in it, and either somebody learned how to play them, or somebody hired somebody to play them.
Yeah.
I think they hired somebody to play them. Sounds like they hired. Because it sounds like suddenly everybody knows what they're doing to make a great song that doesn't sound like something that's leading into Electric Light Orchestra or influenced by the 60s. This sounds like its own thing. This sounds like the Move. We've finally got an identity. And they're gone. Vocals are great. Music is great. And it doesn't last forever.
Yeah.
Okay, we're doing this. We're out. I know the whole goal was to make a pop song. You're going to make a pop song. Do this. It works. It's great. And I'm glad it's on Split Ends. We get the long end of the stick on that one, like I said before.
In America, it was the B-side. That's a weak excuse for why it didn't get airplay, because Daybreaker was a B-side and it got airplay. And it got to like number 86 or something like that. And there have been B-sides that have been huge hits in America. So I don't know if that matters any. And it was 1972. Yes, 1972. And formats weren't so strict back then. I don't know why this wouldn't have been a hit in America. I don't understand. What the hell is wrong with you, America? Maybe you like the Cliff Richard version, which we'll get to in the expanded episode in the Under the Covers segment.
We're going to have words.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You said this is Move. This is straight up Move. There's no ELO influence. And yeah, I agree with that. And it's no ELO influence. But to me, this seems like Roy's already got his mind on Wizard.
Yeah.
It's a Roy Wood style 50s influenced heavy horns simple rocker. The words aren't deep or powerful, meaningful. It's just he's a guy and he's got a girl and they like dancing and till the boards are breaking. And it's a Jerry Lee Lewis song is what it is. Jerry's songs weren't all that deep.
They could really charm a 13-year-old, though.
Yes.
Yeah. Luckily, Roy never did that. Thank goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, I first heard this on Split Ends when I got that, summer 85. And I loved it. I thought it was pretty damn good. It was a fun song. Love the piano solo from Jeff. He's so good at playing piano solos. I mean, it's terrible to say this, but it's almost like, well, why have Richard Tandy when you got Jeff Lynne? But Richard Tandy was a synth genius, and never would knock having Richard Tandy in the band. But Jeff could rock that piano. He's pretty good at it. And, that's it. That's all I got. It's a really great song. It's a really fun song. Jeff's voice is great. Piano solo. It's fun. It's bouncy. It's hopping. Lots of times I've thought, sweet Jesus, I gotta hear California Man. So that's, I don't know. That's it. This is why I'm looking forward to finishing up this podcast next week. What the hell am I going to say about a song that I really love? Well, there you go.
Yeah, there we go. And it is definitely something that should have been the hit.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody promoted it.
In America, probably, yeah. Because it wasn't here in England.
No, we're not going to promote this.
Oh, these guys? Yeah.
The Cherry Blossom Clinic guys? No. Nah.
If they even knew that in America.
True.
Got something to say about California Man? Well, call the telephone line voicemail.
623-850-3375. Call now.
I'm the California kid. I hope you're quite prepared to die.
Bobby, hop on your computer. Now back to the podcast.
Welcome.
California Man entered the British chart on May 13, 1972 at number 46. Entered the top 40 the next week at number 34. By the way, number 33 that week was Chantilly Lace by Jerry Lee Lewis. It hit number 7 on June 11th, stayed there for 3 weeks, then started sliding on July 2nd. It spent its last week in the top 40 on July 30th, and its last week on the chart was August 6th, 1972, at number 41.
Thank you for joining us. It was nice having you. I love these delightful creations, don't you? And I'm glad to know that now American families everywhere can enjoy Montgomery Ward's styled in California fashions wherever they live. And thank you. Bye-bye.
Face the Music, a Concurrent ELO song-by-song podcast, is a production of Radio Trolla Entertainment Assorted Deli Meats Amalgamated. You can contact us by voicemail at 623-850-3375 or email us at eloftmpodcast@gmail.com. Keep up to date by joining our Facebook and MeWe groups, and spread the word by sharing the link or giving us a quick rating on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to our YouTube page, the Electric Light Orchestra Podcast channel, for other goodies. You can financially support the podcast at patreon.com/ELOpod. or PayPal using the podcast's email address, or send a check or money order to P.O. Box 1932, Superior, Arizona 85173. Next episode 009. Do ya?
REPC, the Radio Troller Entertainment Podcast channel.